Okay, what's up guys, it's just coming back to Tsukihime Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Last time we went through the kind of exposition lore dump of Arkwood explaining all the vampire stuff to us, and we told her about the mystic eyes of death perception that Shiki's equipped with, or Shiki told her, that is. So yeah, now we're on to the... Well, anyone else who's played the original knows what we're about to get on to. So, the night drags on. Arkwood is seated on the bed. I'm on the sofa, aimlessly staring at the clock. It's just past 4 AM. Only an hour or so to go till sunrise. Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened so far, and Arkwood doesn't look the slightest bit nervous. The hotel's perfectly peaceful. That's good. I like it when things are peaceful. Yeah. I've been pretty nervous myself, but it's starting to look like I didn't need to be. It's nice. I have a feeling the night will pass uneventfully just like this. Oh, Shiki, you should know better than to put that out there. Hang on. Hang on.
Shiki.
Oh yeah, what's up? For the umpteenth time this night, Arkwood calls out to me.
Nandayo. Mou hanasu koto toka nai kara na, kotchi wa.
No.
そうなの? せっかくこうしてるのにもったいないね。
Yeah, come on, Shiki. Just humor her a little bit.
な、さっきからどれだけおしゃべりに付き合ってると思ってるんだ。
Oh, come on, man. Don't be that way.
6時間だぞ、6時間。何が疲れたかって、見張りなんかよりそっちの方が疲れたよ、俺は。
That's rude. What did she do to you? Aside from get you involved in vampire stuff, but you know, it's... Arkwood shoots me a dissatisfied pout. It's been like this all night. For whatever reason, Arkwood just keeps talking to me. I told her that if she's so weak, she should just get some sleep instead, but...
話している方が楽しいから。
True. How did we end up like this? Well, it started with you murdering her, her coming back to life, you feeling guilty, so you acquiesced to her request to, guard her, and yeah, that about sums it up. I really have no idea what's going through her mind. On top of that, I'm starting to get hungry. Now that I think about it, it's been nearly an entire day since I ate something. The last meal I had was yesterday's breakfast. Oh wow.
お腹が減っているなら何か食べたら?
Is the kitchen even open at 4 AM? I guess it might be. If this is a hotel that houses business people who are usually up quite early, then yeah, probably is.
せっかくホテルに泊まってるんだから、ルームサービスを使えばいいのに。
いえ、緊張感がそがれる。そういうお前の方こそ何か食べた方がいいんじゃないか。
式がいいなら私もやめとく。
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip his voice line. He's just yes.
いえ、緊張感がそがれる。
はい。
そういうお前の方こそ何か食べた方がいいんじゃないか。弱ってるくせに眠りもしないんだから、せめて食事ぐらいしろよ。
Yeah. I accidentally skipped the second half of that line before.
式がいいなら私もやめとく。
I don't like how it reset the music though. That was unfortunate circumstance.
普通の食事もそれなりに意味はあるけど、一人で食べてもつまらないもの。
普通の食事って食事に普通も特別も。
Yeah. Yeah. You forget what she was for a second? Right. She doesn't look like one, but she's still a vampire. Her meals would normally consist of human blood. Well, Yeah, she said it herself. Vampires need human blood to... No, she said the dead apostles need human blood to survive. She's different. Which means she's drunk the blood of others before. I wonder how many humans she's killed in her life. Well, technically only... Well, okay. Well, killed and drunk blood of is different. I don't know how many she's killed, but she's only drunk the... Assuming it's the same as the original, she's only drunk the blood of one person. I steal a glance at Arquid. I just can't wrap my head around it. No matter how many times she explains the intricacies of vampires to me, I just can't imagine her drinking blood.
何？私の顔になんかついてる？
No, not really. Just curious. I quickly look away. It's her turn to stare at me now, I guess, apparently. The corners of her lips pull up into a mischievous grin.
気になる？
何が？
Maybe.
私がどのくらいの数、人間から血を吸ったのか、気になる？
How'd you know? She saw right through me. Her happy, smug smile is enough to unsettle me. I don't like it, but I can't deny that I'm morbidly curious as to how many people she's killed. Again, drunk blood of and killed aren't the same.
そりゃ気になるよ。俺はお前と協力してるんだ。それぐらい知っとかないと、いつお前が心変わりして襲いかかってくるか予測がつかないだろ。
Yeah, he makes a valid argument. It's a legitimate concern to have. Yeah, no, I can't. I don't blame you. Arquid nods along, seemingly satisfied with my reasoning.
それじゃあ問題。
Okay.
私は今まで何人の血を吸ってきたでしょう。
Arquid hops off the bed with a bounce and heads back over to the window.
何人のって、それは。
Arquid smiles sweetly. She seems to be enjoying herself. She's clearly trying to get a rise out of me. Fine, I'll play this game. This strange woman has to have killed... Okay, interesting. So this, I don't believe, was a choice in the original, was it? I'm pretty sure in the original he just blurted out like 100-something people. I think. I don't really remember that well. I'm gonna say 10 people. Because like I know from playing the original that it's only... Okay, I guess the wording is weird. Because again, it says killed, not necessarily drunk blood of. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 10 people.
10人は少ない。
はい、全然惜しくないはずれね。
じゃあ100単位か。
Other direction?
残念、日和切ったはずれです。
なら1000単位なのか。
No.
はい、それも豪快に外れだわ。
Yeah, go the other way. Arquid chuckles softly to herself. I'm not angry with her, but I am starting to feel very frustrated.
じゃあそんなことはないと思うけど、まさかマン。
No.
それも外れ。もう10だの100だの1000だのって式は私のことそういう風に見てたわけね。 ひど
Yeah,
い
man.
な。
What's it?
それじゃあ見境なしじゃない。
Yeah, Shiki. What's wrong with you, man? Huh?
違うのか。吸血鬼ってのは見境なしなんだろう。人間だって生きているだけで腹が減るんだ。お前たちだって生きていくために血を吸うんなら際限はないんじゃないのか。
That's a very understanding way of looking at it.
そうね。それはそうなんだけど。私は自分から血を吸うなんてこの800年一度もないかな。普通の人間を殺したことだって一度もないよ。
Okay, well, that's not true. But... Well, I guess the having never killed a normal human might be true, because... Technically... Because she's killed Roa multiple times, but even the first time she killed him, it was after she drank his blood. So he would have already turned into a vampire when she killed him the first time, right? So I guess, yeah, technically she never... See, I guess that one's technically true. And even then he was like magical researcher, so he wasn't really normal in that sense either. So... It's such a weird thing to hear a vampire to say. But I still find myself asking the question.
それ本当の話か。
Not quite. But, you know, 0, 1, in terms of the blood sucking, you know, what's the difference?
本当よ。だって私血を吸うのが怖いんだもの。
血を吸うのが怖いって吸血鬼なのに？
Yeah.
きっと臆病なのよ、私は。だからいつまで経っても吸血鬼としても半人前ってこと。
Which is funny because you're stronger. You're the strongest, so it's like... Arkwood utters the words as she idly glances out the window. She pauses to gaze at the night sky in a drawn-out moment of quiet. As I watch her, it feels like she's becoming less distinct. A hazy phantom drifting away. Or a hazy phantasm, not phantom.
そっか。半人前なんだ。
Well, Just muttering those words provides an odd relief. Wait, why does it feel like a load's been taken off my shoulders? That's weird, right? Yeah, it's definitely weird.
どうかしたの、シキ？
No.
別に何でもない。お前が臆病なチキンだから笑っただけ。
What? You can't just say that.
チキン？私なんで鳥？
It's like Never mind. Don't worry about it, Arkwood. Don't worry about it. Arkwood tilts her head in question. She really doesn't look like a vampire in the slightest. It's only natural for me to be relieved. How could I not be? It turned out that the person in front of me isn't anywhere near as evil as I'd feared. Again, it's weird that he's kind of... Again, she's mostly telling the truth, but it's like, it's weird that he would take that at face value. Like, she just got done explaining how, like, mystic eyes on vampires works. Like, she could easily be, like, just manipulating him into... I don't know. If what she says is true, then there's no reason for me to worry about Arkwood spontaneously killing me. I guess, yeah. And it's not just my newfound sense of safety that's bringing me relief. There must be something wrong with me. The idea that Arkwood doesn't count herself a full-fledged vampire is what has me happiest of all. I can't believe I was so wrong about her this whole time. Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
あれ
Shiki? Just as I'm able to relax around Arkwid, I'm struck by a sharp sense of pain and vertigo. Is he going murder mode? My vision is blanketed by a white haze. This isn't the same as my anemia, okay? I'm still thinking too clearly for that. A strange, cold chill accompanies my headache.
どうしたのよ、シキ。
I don't know.
そんなに額に汗を浮かべちゃって。
汗
Yeah. I wipe the back of my hand across my forehead as I reply, and I'm met with far more wet, sticky sweat than I'd anticipated. This is weird. Judging by the sweat, you'd think I was in a sauna. As if urged by the pool of anxiety welling up in my chest, my eyes dart to the digital clock. It's 4:32 a.m. Too early for the sun to beat back against the chilly night air. The clock itself still lists the current temperature outside as a cool 11 degrees Celsius. It's way too cold for me to start breaking a sweat like this. So then why? Why does this room feel like I'm standing outside on a hot summer day?
アルクエイドお前暑くないのか
No.
ん？別に活動に異常をきたすほどの温度じゃないでしょ？まだたったの38度だし。弱っているとはいえ、今の私でも3000度ぐらいまでなら普通だよ。
Interesting. I'm an idiot for even asking. Did she say 3,000 degrees Celsius? No, because she said... Okay. So you could throw a vampire on a grill and they still wouldn't burn? Apparently. No, this isn't the time to be thinking about that. The digital display still lists the temperature as 11 degrees. So either the clock is malfunctioning or my body is. I searched the room for another thermometer.
なんだあれ
Huh, what? Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. As I scan the room, my gaze becomes transfixed on the monitor displaying a live feed of the hotel lobby.
燃えてる
I can hardly believe my eyes. It's something you'd only see in a movie. Hi, Nero? Question mark? Flames spread through the lobby like water spilling from a sink. Mixed in the thick black smoke, I see a humanoid silhouette. It gives me the impression of a massive predator. A carnivore that eats those like I don't know why I had such a hard time saying carnivore.
アルクエイド
Yeah, she's looking. Arkwid remains silent. Is it hostility I read in her expression? No. It's something more like contempt. The two of us must be entertaining very different thoughts as we stare at this monitor. It takes less than a minute for the lobby to be entirely engulfed by the sea of flames. The fire alarm doesn't ring. The digital thermometer still hasn't changed. But my body is drenched in sweat, and simply breathing the hot, dry air is enough to parch my throat. There's no time to think. They're here. Those flaming corpses from before have come to the hotel. Well, not quite. Not quite. I make a run for the window to inspect the situation outside. The town looks the same as ever. The hotel is bathed in flames, but nobody outside seems to have noticed a thing. There's no sign of aid rushing to the hotel, nor of any humans frantically trying to escape the fire.
どうなってるんだアルケイド。
Arquid? Arquid keeps her mouth firmly shut, unwilling to say a word. We're helping you here. Give us something. Time simply passes. The temperature feels like it's getting hotter by the second. My skin feels like it could burn any minute. I don't know what things are like outside our room, nor do I have any idea what things are like on the floors below. All I know is the awful, ominous feeling gripping my chest, telling me that it's already too late. Arquid is still silent. Arquid, we gotta do something here! Is it because she's worried or frustrated? Her arms are crossed like she's hugging herself. Or maybe she's trying to hold herself back? She said she wouldn't leave this room. She said she didn't have the power right now. In which case, what did I come here for? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was an option in the original, but I don't remember if it mattered or if it let the dead ends or not. And if it does, I don't remember which is which. So I'm just I'll go inside and investigate.
よし。
I take a short, deep breath to clear my head. I search for something I could use as a weapon, but a quick survey of the room doesn't give me anything. Wait, no knife or anything? Oh, you have your knife. Okay. Okay. I swallow my hesitation, take my knife from my bag, and head for the door.
四季
Yeah?
様子を見てくる。俺が戻ってくるまで部屋から出るな。
Arquid looks like she wants to say something, but I tear my gaze away and head into the hallway. Okay, okay, with that, I'm thinking maybe I made a bad choice. It's dark. I guess the lights must have malfunctioned. The only light I see is a faraway glow from the elevator hall. My throat burns more now. The very air is thick and scraping against me like sandpaper. The silence in the hallway is unsettling. You could hear a pin drop. There isn't a single sign of life. No running in terror. No burnt. The utter silence is making me question what I saw on the monitor just now.
異常はないよな。
Yep, totally normal. Yep. That glow is definitely normal for show. I walk through the hallway. Sweat forms into beads and runs down my forehead. It's so quiet, I'm starting to feel that I'm the intruder here. Intruder, intruder, intruder. Normally, you'd exterminate any pests that intrude a place like this. Yeah. It's all I can do to calm myself down. I readjust my grip on the knife so the sweat doesn't make it slip from my palm. I feel nauseous. There's a pressure near my temples. Somewhere between my eyes and my brain, my nerves experience a strange pull. It's as if my eyes are trying to crawl into my brain cavity. Or maybe my brain's trying to swallow my eyes. That'd be bad. I bite back against the dull, aching pain as I traverse through the heat wave blasting me from all sides. My eyes grow heavy. My eyelids feel like they're gaining mass. My body sways. I might just... Don't pass out here, that'd be very bad. I know the feeling well. It's how I feel just before I collapse from anemia. I wouldn't do that here. It hurts. The pain is so unbearable I have to take off my glasses. I look in the direction of the elevators. This corridor is so long. It's gotta be more than 20 meters to the elevators from here. It's too far, I tell myself. Go back to the room. What is this? A few more steps and there'll be no more going back. Oh, that's the elevator. A clear sound. The gentle chime of the elevator shatters the silence. Oh boy. As if to herald the destruction of this pure, empty space devoid of life. A foreboding chill stops me in my tracks. My eyes are pulled towards the unwanted intrusion. The small elevator light stops. It's arrived at its destination. I can see the lines stretching across the elevator door in the distance. Though, shrouded by so many a dense web of them, I can barely see the door. The door is open. I peer inside the cramped metal box. The inside is overflowing. Yeah. With flesh. The flesh of things that were alive until a moment ago. Yeah. That's great. That's lovely. That's awesome. That's... Oh, why are these things so foul looking? Are they... Okay. That's lovely. My breathing ceases. Just like my brain refuses to process the things I'm seeing, so do my lungs abandon their duty. I stare at the scene within the elevator. The thick chunks of red meat are packed. Okay, I can barely think with how loud the sounds are. I gotta turn things down. The thick chunks of red meat are packed tight as they can be within the metal box. In the middle of it all are two dogs tearing at their morbid feast. My vision turns red. With a nauseating squelching sound, a gelatinous mass of meat oozes out of the elevator. A sea of blood, carcass, bone, brain, fingers, and viscera. The pool of carnage only houses two living residents. The dogs. The rational part of my brain refuses to accept this scene as reality. At the end of the hallway, the dogs are still digging into the mutilated cadavers. A terrible new sounds travel up through the elevator shaft. Discordant screams spill into the hallway. If I strain my ears, I can just make out the sounds of flesh being gnawed on, intermingled with the shrieks of despair so anguished they hardly sound human. It feels like my hearing has found a shortcut to my imagination. Even though I can't see it with my eyes, the carnage is all too clear in my mind's eye. People being burned alive. People being eaten alive. A man notices the unusual temperature and leaves his room to flee. The second he opens the door, he's enveloped by a hellish fire that roasts him to the bone. A young girl sobs in despair, locked in her room. When the flames from the lobby reach her floor, she's in the bathtub. The water steams and bubbles, boiling her alive, and turning her ruptured flesh to ash from the inside out. Why you gotta be so descriptive? Many clamor to get into an elevator that arrives. Inside, they find it already packed with the bodies of those who tried to escape before. By the time the newcomers realize those present are no longer human, they're already being consumed. There are two types of screams. Those born from the fear of being eaten, and those born from the fear of being burned alive. There are no exceptions. This is a way bigger scale than it made it seem like in the original. In the original, it kind of seemed like the hotel was like maybe like half the size of this one. This is a lot of people. Like, this is... The small elevator is a microcosm of what the hotel has become. This vision of hell is so close, I can feel the agony flush against my skin. I want to throw up, but I can't. If I did, I'd become a part of this horrible ocean of red. Yeah, no, it's not good. Not good. I force my body to remember how to breathe. I grind my teeth together to regain a sense of control. The dogs notice me. Oh, okay. That's good. It's great. As soon as they do, all sound from the floors below stops. Get your knife up. That can only mean one thing. No one else is alive. Yeah, that's a pretty Yep, it's a pretty foregone conclusion. The dogs break into a sprint toward me. I'm the only prey left within their hunting grounds. The black hounds approach me. Their bodies are marked with countless lines, but they're no use to me now. My mind is too paralyzed to do anything. I can't even decide whether to fight or flee. One of the dogs leaps. No human could even come close to matching it in speed. It covers the 20 meters of the hallway in less than 2 seconds. Its maw opens wide. Sharp, saw-like teeth reach for my throat. The dog's movements are fast and deadly efficient. The second my mind manages to process that it's leaping at me, the beast closes its fangs around my neck with a terrible gnashing sound. This is where Tonoshiki dies. No, that isn't right. This won't kill me. I won't die here. Seeing death isn't new to me. It was a hot summer day. It feels so long ago, yet it was merely 7 years ago. Back then, I witnessed something far more horrifying. Stab! I thrust my knife into the forehead of the dog that tried to gnaw at my throat. As if on autopilot, my arms swung up the second the monster's canines touched my skin, before it could pierce my carotid artery. I surprise even myself. Like a machine whose only function is cutting and slicing, I thread the knife through the dog's forehead with mechanical precision. It comes easy as I'm merely cutting through one of the dog's lines. Okay, Shiki, okay. Normally destroying an animal's brain wouldn't cause its body to cease functioning immediately. The muscles will move and spasm in response to the brain's final signals, carrying out their last commands to the best of their ability. Even if I tore my blade straight through the dog's head, its fangs would still tear through my neck. But this is different. I didn't just kill the dog, I brought it death. Death means total cessation. No matter how monstrous the dog was, it lost every ounce of power the second I killed it. It falls limply to the ground. Alright, what about number 2? The second dog is already lunging toward me in its place. I stab the knife into its wide open jaw. My blade buries into its wet flesh. The skin of the dog may be oddly tough, but its insides are soft and yielding, its flesh and bone having long rotted. But I messed up this time. This dog's lines aren't on its head, they're all congregated around its chest. I might have managed to stab it, but the damage done is little more than a flesh wound. The knife has pierced the dog's maw, reaching the back of its head, which naturally means that the hand holding the knife is now fully enveloped by the creature's mouth. Yeah, that's real bad. The dog is still very much alive. It clamps its jaw shut around my outstretched arm. I feel the strain as it pulls against the soft cartilage between my hand and wrist. Any moment now it will tear straight through the flesh. The pain is enough to snap me back to reality. This fucking hurts. Yeah, I would imagine. What the hell am I doing getting my arm blown to shreds just to stick a knife into a dog's mouth? Oh god. I struggle and squirm, trying to wrench my arm out of its vice-like grip. As something gnashes at my arm, an intense pain shoots up through my nerves like a firework. Its teeth feel like they're stuck deep within my arm. But it's awfully lively for something with a knife in its skull. Yeah! The dog presses its weight against me, toppling both of us and pinning me down against the carpet. You got this, Shiki. You got it. My back is driven hard against the floor. But even now, its grip on my arm hasn't loosened one bit. With my knife still plunged deep inside its head, the black dog tightens its jaw further. It's going to rip off my arm. This is insane. What kind of dog keeps biting down in a situation like this? One that's part of a greater whole of a vampire? Something warm and wet drips down to my elbow. Red blood is dribbling from the dog's frenzied, quivering lips. It might be the dog's blood trickling down my arm from the knife. Or it might be my blood flowing freely as the dog tries to render my arm into mincemeat. Maybe a mix of both. To my scrambled brain, it doesn't matter much. I don't think it's gonna listen to that. The dog refuses to release its prize. There's no way I can run away with the dog still clinging to my arm. Not that running away was ever an option to begin with. nor did I have any intention of doing so. I just want to survive, and in order to survive, there was only ever one condition. All I have to do is kill. That's true. Kill or be killed. But how do I do that? It won't be long till one of my arms gets chewed off. That arm is still gripping the knife. The full weight of the dog has me trapped against the carpet. Even if I managed to pull my arm free, chances are the dog would have its jaws around my neck the very next second. Yeah. The desperate circumstances force a weak chuckle to escape my lips. I just need some time to assess the situation. Some time to really think it through. I don't think you have the time for that. That's how I've always done things. That's how I was taught. Like, look, see how there are plenty of lines running along the back of the dog's head? Uh-huh. The path to survival is blindingly clear. But yeah, this is a wild beast, a monster that devours humans. But when it's this close to me, I'm painfully aware of its wildly beating heart, burning with its own desire to live. It clamps down on my arm even harder than before. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid, I wish it was me tearing my own throat out. It's kill or be killed. A natural, universal law. So why? Why does the supposed cruelty of the action give me so much pause? 'Cause you're not evil? Killing something, no matter what it is, no matter the circumstance, you know, there's guilt involved, no matter what. A thick drop of blood splashes against my face. The red fluid drips down my forehead and into my eyes. My vision is painted a deep, dark crimson. What was that? Ah. It burns itself into my retinas until red is all I can see. The warm, viscous liquid strikes me as oddly familiar. My consciousness slowly slips away from me. Even so, I can't kill something that's alive. Hypocrite. You've already killed something much bigger than some mutt. Yeah, that's right, yep. But that time was different. With Arkwid, Tonoshiki wasn't thinking clearly at all. Even when I killed that big dog, it was as if my body moved on its own, without my input. But this time it requires me to make a conscious decision. Didn't Master tell you, Shiki? To use this power for yourself and not for anyone else. That's why. As long as I stay who I am, as long as I remain a decent human being, I'll never take any life for granted. Hypocrite. You've done it all before. Long ago. Yeah, we don't need to. We really don't need to be thinking about that right now. We really don't. A bad dream from my childhood. Look what's holding you back now. It was a hot summer day. It's kill or be killed. Before me is the figure of a young boy drenched in blood. You've already. My hands are stained with warm red blood. killed before, haven't you? I stab. Rather than extract my arm, I instead bury it deeper as I slice through the beast's skull. A pained shriek echoes in my eardrums. Unable to cry out properly with my arm jammed down its throat, the dog's wail resembles a woman's shrill scream. It must be in tremendous pain. Not that it matters. I drive the knife deeper inside together with my mangled arm. The blade pokes out from the back of the dog's skull. I split its skull and effortlessly slice through its hide, scattering gobs of blood and brains across the carpet. Before I know it, I've thrust both my knife and my arm cleanly through the back of the dog's skull. I'm glad they're not showing that. That sounds really disturbing. And yet, it still lives. There's only one thing left for me to do. I take the knife from my bloodied right hand and move it to my left. The impaled dog's body trembles and squirms, seemingly pleading for mercy. It even stops digging its fangs into my flesh as if to show remorse. Like I fucking care. Okay, dude. They didn't have to do all that. Okay. That's lovely. I run my blade along the beast's lines and quickly dismantle its body. Well, that's that, I guess. I look down on that which was once filled with life. The limp body no longer protests as I finally remove my arm from its maw.
なんだ、全然食い込んでないじゃないか。
I take a long look at my bloodied arm. My school uniform has been torn to shreds, but the gouges in my flesh aren't even a centimeter deep. The deluge of blood dripping down my arm earlier must have belonged to the dog. And I wonder why it didn't bite deeper. Doesn't even hurt that badly anymore. My fear must have clouded my mind and amplified the pain in the heat of the moment. That could be it. I'm still lying down on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My head hurts so much. My world is a patchwork stitched together by these lines of death. Though my limbs are freezing cold, my mind is spinning with a fever. I don't think this is something to laugh about. Just saying. The corpses of the two dogs are right beside me. One of my arms is covered in blood, while the other still clutches the reddened knife. Beneath this floor are the mangled and charred corpses of the victims that died in the pandemonium. There's nothing I can do but laugh. Because this isn't real. It can't possibly be real. I'm afraid it is. I'm normal. Totally normal. The only weird thing here is this dream. The second I wake up, it'll all go away. But when did I start dreaming with my eyes open? That's not good. The elevator chimes. Such a cute, clear noise. Entirely inappropriate for the current situation.
Data.
Yeah. We should, retreat to Arkwid. It's the elevator adjacent to the one that brought the dogs. My exhausted brain doesn't even try to contemplate what this means. The door is open. My mind might not be working, but my body will have to. In a dull haze, I grip the knife in my right hand and haul myself up to face the oncoming tragedy. I don't want to do this. I wearily gaze inside of the newly arrived elevator. Inside it is...
から。
Don't trust it. Don't trust it. It's completely empty. A bit of an anticlimax in its own way. The danger is past. I don't know about that. Everything's over, and I've already gotten a grasp of the situation on the lower floors. Which means there's no reason for me to stick around here. I turn to leave when...
誰か
Who? I hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate it almost seems out of touch with reality. Her pleading screams grow in volume, accompanied by panicked footfalls. There's no mistaking it. It must be a survivor, out of breath as she frantically works her way up the stairwell next to the elevators.
やった。ここ燃えてない。
Yeah, but we have our own issues up here. Like, I just killed some, you know, yeah. She sounds relieved. Shiki, put the knife away. So you don't scare her. But she doesn't slow her pace. Within moments, I can see her spilling from the stairwell and into the hallway.
君、ねえそこの君。
Put the knife away. She starts running again and she takes note of me.
やった。助かった。私、助かった。
Her expression, overcast and pale with fear, is lit up by a flash of joy as her eyes focus on me. I don't trust it. What was that? Oh. A white-gloved hand seizes her, ripping her from salvation and back into hell.
そう。いや。
Yeah, of course. There were no survivors in the original, so why would there be any in the remake? They just had to show us someone dying, I guess. Because in the original, this didn't happen. We just, you know, was like, okay, everyone died, and we said, I don't even remember if it explained how they got out. No, there was no fire. It was just Nero killing everyone. I'm pretty sure. In the original. But yeah. Yeah. They had to show it killing someone, huh? Show us it killing someone. Show us someone dying, huh? Still watching me. The woman begs for help. And then she falls silent. That's not. That's not Nero, is it? No resistance, no constraints that bind her. The second she's grabbed, she loses consciousness, as if this were a dream and she was snapped awake, leaving only her body behind. Stop. Stop this at once. That woman. She has nothing to do with this. She's just a sweet and innocent girl. Preying on her is...
やめ
My cries come too late. Not that they would have changed anything. My eyes are fixated on the woman's neck. Starry orbs of light flicker and scatter within my vision. Rage like never before boils in my chest. My vision clears and I see two soulless pits amid a deluge of blood. The woman's legs twitch ever so slightly, her fingers jolting reflexively. All emotion, all life drains from her face. It has to be the first time I've seen it happen. But I don't need to be familiar with the sight to comprehend the horrific spectacle in front of me. The drinking and gulping of the monster is almost unnaturally loud against the otherwise silent hallway. When it's had its fill, the monster discards her body without a second thought. Her body wavers, frail like a withered tree. A ballerina tiptoeing in the fine line between life and death. I gaze at her pitiful form. The woman is totally silent. The only sound is that of rushing blood. Then her back splits open. In a single moment, a fountain of blood erupts. The vampire sighs in relief as he bathes in the scarlet shower. In an instant, everything around me changes. The sweltering temperature finally seems to match up with reality. A dam of fire bursts, flooding out all at once. The hallway is absolutely enveloped by flames. The heat presses against me, singeing and stinging at my skin like claws. If I were to take a breath now, I'd surely burn my lungs. But if something is strange here, the flames continue licking at their surroundings. And yet the building isn't on fire. As the only thing still alive here, I'm the only one left to feel this inferno. My headache intensifies. The man begins walking my way. It's clear he's the source of this river of flames. The closer he gets, the more terrible the heat becomes. He's still 15 meters away from me. But even at this distance, it's impossible for me to breathe. I realized that nothing could survive in this man's vicinity. The proximity alone would lead to certain incineration. The shadow continues onwards in my direction. He's lean and tall, wearing antiquated clothes topped by a heavy fur cloak. Though his figure may be human-like, everything about him screams that he's anything but. There's something off about him, something wild and crazed. Only 13 meters now. He continues without a sound. Shiki, we should start running. Get back to Arkwid. I glare at the man, knife firmly in hand. You know you don't want this fight, Shiki, not now. He doesn't respond. I'm starting to wonder if he can even see me. 10 meters. I train my eyes on his body. Amid the rising flames, I can finally see the lines of death that cover him. My brain feels like soup boiling over an open flame. What is that? I don't know. A dense and intricate torrent of death swirls at the center of it all. And at the center of torrent is an odd glimmer, bright and shiny like a precious jewel. We really should go. My head hurts too much to keep staring at it. It's like how staring straight into the sun will burn your retinas. Yeah, that's so... There's no way I can just directly stare at his core for too long. If I don't steel myself, my brain itself might rupture at the sight of it. 8 meters. He draws ever closer. The temperature rises, though not enough to cook through human flesh yet. 6 meters. Why are we standing here? The man stops. His focus falls on me. It took him this long to notice me standing here. I meet his gaze. I shouldn't make eye contact. Arkwid's words of warning ring clearly in my ears. But I can't tear— yeah, you fucked up. I can't tear my eyes away. I can't ignore the abyss before me. He's different. His eyes can't be the mystic eyes Arkwid was talking about. They're entirely fundamentally different. They aren't the eyes that bind the viewer. They're just filled with madness. The eyes of one who has lost his mind. A madman. A poor, hapless man driven crazy by his own impulses. A man just like me. But the Shiki move! My instincts scream at me to get out of danger. Every alarm in my body tells me this is bad news. But my body won't move. Not even as much as a single fingertip. Danger signals fire through my synapses. No matter the cost, I have to get away from him. If I don't, it'll be the end for me. But I'm too late. The creature with sickly eyes stares at me, but barely pays me any notice. From its outstretched hand unfolds a fire that'll burn me alive. I'm going to die. Sorry, early morning. This fire is as real as it is terrifying. Different from the blue flames that flooded the hall. They were some sort of byproduct, an effect to his cause. They could swallow you alive, but you wouldn't die immediately. They'd scorch you with some awful phantom pain that feeds off life itself. But these flames are different. Just getting close is enough to char the skin. Enough to burn all organic matter to ashes. The fire engulfs me from all sides like a claw seizing its prey. It will cleave my body in two, neatly cauterizing the flesh where it's ripped apart. The only thing more real than this fire is my fate. Yet just before I die, my body is flung backwards with a snap. Hey Arquid, good timing! Took you a while? The name creaks from my throat. My mind goes blank. I have a rough understanding of what just transpired. Arquid pulled me back before stepping in front of me to absorb the blow from that sinister, fiery hand. But what I don't understand is why she did it. Wasn't I supposed to be her shield? So why is she getting hurt to protect me instead? Cause she likes you, I guess. Arquid's face scrunches up in pain. The man hits her with the flaming claw again and again. But this time she doesn't have to pull me out of the fire's way. Arquid swings her right hand like she did in the alley, batting the flames away. But she's unable to extinguish the flames entirely, and the lingering embers strike her head on. Does that mean even Arquid could be burned if she took the full brunt of these flames? Probably. In her condition, yeah. Are they hot enough to kill even her? This woman with barely any lines on her, who's supposed to be so far removed from death? The entire clash lasts less than 5 seconds. The two exchange a dozen blows each way. I don't understand why, but when they're done, the man solemnly lowers his arm. He stares at Arquid intently, not saying a single word. Arquid glares back bitterly as she clutches at her red abdomen. The man has eyes for nothing but Arquid. He doesn't even care that I'm here, safe behind Arquid's protective figure clutching a knife. Yeah, you're a small fry right now. The breath. The vapors, so I guess the heat plus, I guess his saliva is vaporizing. Vapor slips from the man's lips. His breath is heavy, like it's being pushed through an exhaust pipe, as he reaches with his left hand to find something beneath his coat. I hear a faint metallic clink. It's gotta be some kind of blade. He's hiding a long object beneath his coat. The same object he used to rend through the back of that woman and turn her into a fountain of blood. He takes one step closer to Arquid. His weapon is still carefully concealed beneath his coat.
無礼者、豚でなければ名を名乗れ。それとも貴様の親は最低限の言葉も教えぬ刀師だったのか？
The man stops in his tracks. A light flickers behind his hollow eyes, as if he's only just remembering himself. I don't even know what language Arkwood used, but the man clears his throat, composing himself. His voice carries a current of pain, like he had forgotten he were a living being until just now.
礼儀は知っている。だが、貴様に語るほどの名はまだない。
Is this the same voice actor as, Chiemon and Bakugo and all them? It sounds kind of similar.
礼儀はなっていないけど、恥だけは足りているようね。元の名前は失ったか。でも呼び名ぐらいはあるでしょ。継いだばかりのようだけど、仮にもその一角なんだから。
As in a dead apostle ancestor? As in one of the 27 strongest dead apostles? But assuming it's not... This has to be Roa then, right? I've kind of had that thought in my head since he appeared. I don't remember him... I'll be honest, I don't remember how he looked like in the intro. Like... You know, the cutscene it showed? I know it showed him, but I don't remember what he looked like. I'm going to assume it's Roa. The atmosphere in the hall shifts. The azure flames well up all around the corridor, burning ever brighter. It looks like Arkwood hit a sore spot. Or not. Okay, not Roa. Again, that's probably obvious to everyone else, but I legitimately... I know it showed Roa in the intro, like, cutscene, that, you know, the opening. I don't remember what he looked like. Okay, so he's new then. Vlov. And he's also a Dead Apostle ancestor, one of the 27 strongest. Okay. So we're contending with more than just Roa and Nero then. So then why? A pained expression paints his face. I'm not familiar. He declares his name.
知らない名前。私が記録していない以上、正当な後継者とも思えない。もしかして親は自滅？
そうではない。ご当主は俺が仕留めた。
Okay.
なったばかりの祖ってこと。じゃあ次は私を殺して箔をつけたい？
I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
名誉は己の胸にあるものだ。
Okay.
俺は俺が欲しいものしか奪わない。
心構えは立派だけど、それなら私だけに絞りなさい。
Only that which... Huh? Okay, what?
これはちょっとやりすぎよ。
いや、 この都市は汚れている。焼き尽くさなければ俺の心情にも劣る。
What? Okay.
あ、そう。つまり蛮族同然の三流使徒だったわけ。
ソヤであることは自覚している。
Oh, it's good. That's good that you're self-aware. It's good.
神祖の姫、その心臓を俺によこせ。
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. So are him and Nero working together? Because those were Nero's dogs. I'm assuming, at least, assuming it's the same as the original. So yeah, okay, I don't know. I guess we'll get some clarification on this at some point later on in the story. I don't know. The area around Vlov twists with the simmering heat. Like a river bursting through its banks, the fire rushes in our direction. Arkwood stands in front of me like a breakwater, holding back the flood from swallowing me whole.
動かないでシキ。この炎があいつの武器。消し済みになりたくなかったら、私の後ろから離れないで。
Yeah, no, we weren't planning on moving. I appreciate her warning, but something about her words strikes me as odd. This is his weapon? Is she really sure about that? I mean, after creating these high temperatures, he's still... No. This isn't the time to think about that. Focusing, I tightly grip the knife in my hand. He's coming. The hallway is now a cavern of flame. Vlov pulls the blade from his coat. Okay, bye. For some strange reason, Vlov suddenly turns his back towards us. He strides down the hall and leisurely enters the elevator, leaving us behind as if nothing has happened, or had happened. I guess he decided this wasn't the place to do this? Okay, now I officially don't understand a goddamn thing. Yeah, fair enough. I don't understand those dogs, I don't understand the flames that covered the hallway, and I don't understand the waking nightmare that attacked the hotel. Yeah? Arkwood slumps against me with a thud. She's got a nasty wound. It looks like she managed to stop the bleeding, but her face is contorted in pain. It's still fresh. After all, she only just received the wound while she was shielding me from certain death. Yeah.
そうだよ。お前、なんで？
ちょっと甘く見てた。
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
あれくらいならシキを助けて、私も軽くかわせると思ったんだけど。
Yeah, and I guess that's not the case.
さすがだね、シキ。シキにやられた傷、そんなに甘くなかったみたい。
Yeah, no, being chopped into 17 pieces is, pretty big deal, yeah. With her face still scrunched up in pain, Arkwood smiles as if she were amused by her own words. I can't bear to look at her. Not only did she suffer this wound while protecting me, I'm the reason she's this weak in the first place. So why is she still smiling at me so stupidly? How am I even supposed to respond? Arkwid leans against me, putting her weight on my shoulder as she closes her eyes. Good thing he left, rather than continuing the engagement while you're in this condition, I guess. Doesn't make any sense as to why he did that, but if you're this poorly off, then it's a boon for us.
ちょっと待て、何目を閉じてるんだバカ。しっかりしろ。お前は夜なら死なない吸血鬼なんだろ。
でも私なんだか限界みたい。
Plus, it's almost not nighttime anymore. Like, what time is it?
悪いんだけど部屋まで連れ帰っておいて。
Yeah, no, yeah, we can do that. Uh-huh. Arkwid collapses against me. I managed to catch her just in time, arms wrapped tight around her slender body.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんな。
If you die on me here, I'll really have no idea how to respond. Yeah.
ダメだ。起きろ、アルクエイド。
I shouted her, shivering. Her eyes remain closed. When... yeah, she napping. Her soft snoring sounds so content. I'm starting to feel like an idiot for being worried about her at all. Yeah, my concern was wasted on her. She's not dying. She just fell asleep.
部屋まで連れてけって、また勝手なこと言いやがって。
It's not like there's any other option, though. Yeah. We can't exactly stay at the hotel when it's like this. Yeah, no, police are bound to show up and you'll be questioned if you stick around. Things will get difficult if we stick around to the scene of a massacre. Yeah. Yeah. Despite everything being limited to just the hotel, as morning comes and people arrive, it'll quickly be clear what happened. Yeah, and you should put your glasses back on. My head still hurts. There you go. Arkwid isn't the only one who's at her limit. I put my glasses back on to at least alleviate my headache.
アルクエイドの部屋って、あそこか。
Even though I've only visited once. Again, sorry. I do these early in the morning, like shortly after waking up, so I'm like tired. Or not tired, but my body is still like booting up. I still vividly recall its location. Well, no point loitering here any longer. I gather up our things from the royal suite, pull Arkwid into my arms, and leave the barren hotel with a feeling of shame pressing down on my shoulders. Because you couldn't do your job properly. Had to rely on her. Yeah. It's already light outside.
そうか。そういうことか。
Yeah, he had to get skedaddling. Cause unlike Arkwid, he can't move around during the day. I'm assuming anyway. That explains why the man left so suddenly. The sun illuminates the city with its gentle light. Night has given way to day. For now, I should just focus on getting Arkwid the rest she needs. Taking a taxi is out of the question. We stand out. If a pair this suspicious got into your car, you'd definitely remember their face. Yeah, don't you have like a bloodied arm? Or, no, sorry, his right arm? Like, I hope he like took his jacket off and stuffed it into his bag. Instead, I carry Arkwid as far from the hotel as I can before boarding a bus bound for Soya Station. We're lucky. Given the early hour, there are no witnesses or curious onlookers to point their gaze at us. Okay, yeah, sure. The emergency exit around the back is exactly like I left it 2 days ago. Neither the residents nor the building's caretakers must have noticed the lock was broken. That's not good. It's 6:30 in the morning now. I sneak into the self-proclaimed vampire's room just like I did last time. Finally, this long mess of a day can be laid to rest. Or so you think. I wouldn't be too certain on that. Do you want to save your progress? Yes. Day 5, Fire and Blood 2. Yeah, I'm gonna end there, I think. I was going to show the dead end at the end of this episode, the dead end from the hotel, where we try and leave instead of sticking around while she's sleeping. But this is already an hour and a half long, so I'm going to stop there. The next episode won't be numbered. It'll just be titled Extra, probably like Extra, then number 1. And I'll do the dead ends that I missed during the main episodes as just extras, I think. So the next part will probably be that. I'll record it as the next thing I do. So yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, so there's a new vampire to deal with. Instead of just Roa and Nira, we now have this Vlav fellow. I was kind of, again, because I didn't remember what he looked like in the remake, so I was thinking it could have been Roa. Plus, he had flame powers, which, with Akiha having like heat powers as her like Tono blood, Oni power, I was thinking maybe like an awakened Roa would also have that same power in the remake, because in the original he actually don't know what was his power in the original. In the original, he could like, I actually don't remember what was it. But then in Melty Blood they gave Roa lightning powers, so I was thinking maybe this was like an evolution of that, where he had flame powers, adverse, similar to Akia's heat. But I guess not. It's an entirely different person. So we have, yeah, we have a lot of we have a lot of vampires to deal with. Is basically the point. So we'll have to figure out how we're gonna deal with him, and yeah, hopefully we can let Arkwid rest and regain some strength. But anyhow, else can do it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.